What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to compare the AF performance of the Sigma MC-11 adapter on the Sony A7 Mark III. Let's go! Right, no faffing around, let's just get straight to it. Just to let you guys know, the firmware on the MC-11 is
version 1.12
and the firmware on the A7 III is
version 1.
Okay, and let's just get started. Okay, well we'll start with some benchmarks. I now have two Sony native lenses. This is the 28mm f2 prime lens, and in a minute we'll test the 24-70 f2.8G master before chucking on the MC-11 and some Canon glass. So with the Canon lenses, I'm unable to select expandable flexible spot, so we'll settle with flexible spot. Something to be noted using this Sigma 70-200 f2.8 is that even though it's a Sigma lens on the Sigma adapter, I guess it's because it's an old Sigma lens, it doesn't support expandable flexible spot. Oh, that took a long time to edit all that lot. Anyway, what we're going to do now is jump into AFC mode, continuous shooting mode, and try out the different shooting speeds while actually taking a picture to see if it can focus between each frame. So high plus mode is 10 FPS, high mode is 8 FPS, and low mode I think it's like 3 FPS, something like that. Something that I have changed on the camera, just to let you know before we jump into these tests, there's a setting called priority set in AFC, and I've got it as AF. That means that the camera will not take a picture until it is guaranteed focus in AFC mode. This is something that exists on my Canon 5D and Canon 7D Mark II. That's why you may notice in some of this footage in a minute that it'll take a bunch of pictures, you know, 5 or 6 in a row, and then all of a sudden it'll pause for a minute waiting to gain focus and then continue the burst. I'm just trying to show you the back of the screen, but the little Nex is not liking it. Basically, you've got 3 options in this priority set AFC, and it's AF autofocus, which means, like I've just been explaining, that it's going to make sure that it's nailed focus every time. You've got a release emphasis, which prioritizes the speed, so it'll always be 10 FPS if you're in 10 FPS mode, and you've got a balanced emphasis, so sometimes it will prioritize a autofocus, sometimes it will prioritize the release of the shutter. So we're going to go with AF. That's why there might be some hesitation and some pauses between the bursts. Anyway, with that out of the way, hopefully all that makes sense. Let's go. Alright, something interesting to note is that on every lens I've tested this on, apart from the Sigma 35mm art lens, priority set in AFC is completely greyed out. This is probably going to result in a bunch of missed focus, as you're about to see. It does appear, however, in the slowest drive mode, speed low at 3 FPS, it does focus between shots. Okay, as I've said before, I'm not much of a video guy, but I know a lot of you guys have commented saying that you want video AF performance from the A7 III. So what we're going to do, the footage you're about to see is actually going to be straight from the camera. I've got it set up on the G Master for now as a benchmark, and then in a minute we'll chuck on the MC-11 adapter and all the Canon glass and see how it performs. Okay, let's go. Okay, so here we are with the 24-70 G Master. So this is a pretty good test straight up. Let's see how she performs. It should be pretty good, I'd imagine. There we go, nice and smooth. There we go, nice and smooth again. Nice. Yeah. Well, like I say, I'm not a video guy, but it looks pretty damn good. Okay, and now we're on the 24-70 from Canon. This is the Mark II. Let's see how she does. Well, yep, it doesn't actually autofocus at all. Nothing. I haven't pressed the shutter button yet, and I know that if I do press the shutter button, it will focus, but it's probably going to be quite a horrible focus pull. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. So that's fairly conclusive. The Canon 24-70 f2.8 Mark II on the MC-11 adapter does not autofocus at all in video. Okay, we're now on the Sigma 35 f1.4 and it works. Let's have a look how good. Now, one thing I am noticing, guys, I'm going to try and move my microphone so you guys can hear this. The noise on the lens is pretty horrific. So this would be good as a B-roll camera, or B-roll lens, sorry. But as a primary lens, I think that's making quite a bit of noise. Anyway, I'm just going to move my microphone and see if you guys can hear this. Okay, and now we're on the Sigma 70-200 f2.8, and I'm pretty sure this is not going to autofocus either. Now, this is a Sigma lens on the Sigma adapter, but it is an old Sigma lens, so that's probably why it's not going to autofocus. Now, if I press the shutter button, it's probably going to do the same as the Canon. So let's try it. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay, there you go. And in 3, 2, 1. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so taken from that, it looks like only Sigma art lenses will work on the Sigma MC-11 adapter. It looks, in video mode. It looks like the Canon and the old Sigma lenses probably are not going to be any good. Of course, your Canon focus has got focus peaking and all that stuff, but for video guys, yeah, there's probably some bad news for that. So I don't know how good the Metabones adapter would be. Apparently, the Metabones is better in general. The Mark V I'm talking about, but it is what, twice the price, maybe 3 times the price of the MC-11. That's why I didn't go for it, and I'm not a video guy, so it doesn't really bother me. So yeah, hopefully that was fairly conclusive. Now we're going to jump into some IAF tests, which I think is one of the camera's best abilities. So we're going to do that in bright sunlight, backlit, and at night. Let's do it. Actually, change of plan. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm looking at my timeline now and we're up to 15 minutes already, which is just crazy. I don't know how my videos get so long so fast. What we're going to do, I'm going to stop this video now, but hopefully in the next couple of days or in about a week's time, I'm going to do an IAF specific test on the MC-11. I'll do it with native glass, I'll do it with the MC-11 with Canon and the Sigma lenses. And you know, that's probably going to be like a 10-minute long video anyway, and I guess you guys don't want to watch like a 25-minute long video of just pure testing. That's just kind of boring. So with that said, if you like this video, then hit the like thing, and if you don't, then well, just don't. You know, comment if you want to see more, and comment if you want to see any other tests or whatever else you want to see out of this camera. I'm now a week into ownership of this camera, and it's seriously so good. I love it. But I'm planning on doing sort of a hints and tips and tricks, kind of like hacks, don't know what you want to call it, video. I'm going to be doing that kind of soon. So yeah, if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!